It's Ice Age TV, and what's happening today on a sunny Florida day? We are heading back home. Look at the fuel economy right now. You know what's really interesting is how that fuel economy right there, 17.3, right? Yeah, that fuel economy you're seeing there in the dash, it wasn't until yesterday I put premium in this vehicle for the first time. Well, I should actually say that I actually topped it off yesterday, premium. And the fuel economy got back up. The whole time I've been down here riding around this vehicle, it's been like 15, 16 miles per gallon. Now today I'm trailering back my trailer to Virginia, and when I trailered it down, I switched over to 87 octane because it got so expensive for the premium. So today I'm going to run some premium fuel more than I did last time, and let's see if I get that fuel economy up. So kind of follow me along this morning as I share with you my towing adventure. When what's the difference on fuel grade? Does it make a mile per gallon difference? You have to ask yourself, for a mile per gallon, is it worth paying 75 cents, 80 cents more a gallon? So follow me along on Ice Age TV as we head back to Virginia from Florida. Wow, look here. I just can't believe this will last. We're 15.4 miles per gallon.
You said this exact thing last time. You said this exact same thing last time, Dad.
Okay, so the kids calling me out, everybody.
2 hours later, 10 miles an hour. 10.
Okay, she lost it. Yeah. Well, Dad, hey, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's okay. So yeah, it's a 15.4, and once again, I'll be blown away if this stays even close to that. We're only now on the main highway, like 10 miles in at the high speed. So we shall see. Follow me along. Got a long way to go. Yikes is the word now. Look at this here. Down to 18 miles.
You could go to so many gas stations around us, but you didn't go to any of them.
We're trying to maximize every stop right now. But look here. We're 12.2. We have been on the highway, but I've been keeping it a little lower speeds, about 75 average. And so anyways, let's see how it plays out. Just seems like we're going further this time, because we weren't even full when we left this morning.
Because you haven't been doing 90.
Oh, the kid's calling me out. Now my daughter's saying, Dad, this is the exact same video a different day. Okay, well, we're going north this time instead of south. And this time I'm running premium gas. Yep. And the temperatures are cooler too. So, there's a lot of more variables here, but we can get 12 miles a gallon. I don't think we will. I think at premium fuel, maybe we get 10. If we got 11, that's something you have to think about when you're towing. Harassing her dog, forcing the dog to sit up front with her. We got a long way to go, that's for sure.
We got 12 more hours.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, better keep an eye on the gas station, down to 16 miles.
Dad.
Here in Stark. Coming into Stark, Florida.
Just pull over.
And here's the Ford dealer. What do they have? for inventory, right? I've got to power wash all trucks off. Yep, typical dealership now. It's all used stuff, more used than new. Wow, boy, I sure hope that gas station's like 4 miles up the road here, and they have gas, right?
You put this upon yourself.
You know what's incredible? If I would have filled up back there before I left, we would have made it to the 301 Route 10 intersection. That's only about 20 miles up the road. So, yeah, we're pushing it to the max right now.
You should
And these fuel gauges, I mean, they are accurate. This is not, I mean, we're right there. We're right now at a gallon. We're now 1 gallon of gas left. Down to 8. Kids now like, Dad, jeez, thanks. Kids starting to lose faith. Yeah, wow.
I told you to pull over earlier.
Yeah, see, that's the next, right there, that 20 miles. That's the next Love's gas station. So, my guess is about a mile up the road here. Which should put us at 6 miles to empty. That's what I factored back there to make that decision. As it starts going ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we are at 6 miles.
Ah, Dad, why didn't you pull over back there? Dad, I mean, seriously. We're going to be on this side of the road. We're going to be stuck. We're going to have to go buy a gas can and then walk to a gas station, then walk back.
Ride a motorcycle. I'll just pull the motorcycle out. How about that idea?
Here's a gas station up here. Pull off.
Yeah, that's on the left-hand side. It'd be a pain in the ass. We got to see where that we can't make it. So we have no choice. We were down to no fuel. All right. So buy the most expensive fuel on the trip, probably. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, look at that. All right, I just got 5 gallons of fuel. Let's see if we can get up the road here to the Loves and get back on the main road. So yeah, tell you what, talk about maximizing every little last gallon. I just did all that. So look at this now. Now we're in an accident. So picture that. Just picture when you had 5 miles left. If the road got all shut down, we're still another few 2-3 miles to the gas station. People never think of that.
That's why I was saying.
What a fiasco. This here is a truck. He's broken down, I guess.
Maybe they ran out of gas.
Ah, maybe.
That's your sight in the future.
Hey, isn't this great, huh? So why don't people... I don't get it, man. These people here are... Jeez. Just incredible. Once the freaking fire truck shows up, we're stuck. Just go left, man. This guy's wide open left-hand lane. Go left.
That was the guy that we passed earlier, passed us.
Yeah, this truck's falling apart. Look at this here.
What is that?
He just crashed into somebody. He crashed that guy's truck right there.
That makes no sense to me.
Somebody's having a bad day today with that crash. That sucks. Now, I swear up here on the right is a Love's truck stop. So there's two Love's truck stops close by down here. And oh well, I don't drive these roads often enough to know the roads. I mean, you gotta live these roads to know everything is. So see here now, we're 10 miles away. I don't know what that's all about. All right, now we're making headway here, coming up to Drutan Railroad here. Railroad's bigger than we all realize, isn't it? So now it's interesting. I put 5 gallons of 87 in. Now I'm below 12 miles per gallon. So up here at Love's truck stop, I'm going to put 93 or whatever premium grade they have in. And let's see if we get this thing back up over 12 again. As we're doing a lot of side road driving right now. We're not on the main road. I take the back side roads off the main highways in this Florida area. All right, there's the brand new Love's truck down here off of 301 and Route 10. Let's see what type of price they got. Yeah, you know, there's a decent amount of traffic on the road for Tuesday now. Kind of interesting. How many people are going back up north? We kind of left a little early for that spring break. So now it'd be interesting if we're caught up in all the northbound spring break people going back like us. It's $3.99, $5.44 for diesel. So my guess is $4.59, $4.69 for premium. All right, do the old pull in here, clean the truck up, and all that good stuff, right? Check the bikes out. See if I'm right. $4.69. All right, looking pretty good here. We need to ratchet it one more time. I think it's pretty good, but boy, I tell you, we got back in the last time. That back rear ended up going up against that wall. I lucked out, not damaging that back part of that saddlebag. Pretty good. There you go. $90 there and $20 back there. 110 so far. All right. Use the bathroom, right? Who doesn't do that? All right. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to hit the reset button here. Let's see what happens then. Okay? See how this all plays out now. There's the boy. All right, so it's sitting at 196 miles. Just hit 197. Now we're at 8.5 miles per gallon. We just left the gas station. So let's see if we get this bad boy back up to 12. I don't think we will. I think that's from yesterday's driving combined. That's why I was scared to hit the reset button. Okay, as the day progresses, which we're not even out of Florida. When I drive my cars down and no trailer, I'm usually out of Florida by now. We're still getting 45 minutes. I would say at least 40, 45 minutes. I'd say we'll be out of Florida by 12:30. That'd be my guess. Now this is pretty interesting. Here we came down close to 2 weeks ago, and the temperature outside was like 80. Here we're heading back up. It's cool. It's a dry, cool air. So I just put a long sleeve shirt on as we drive north. It's going to be like 60. Oh no, it's going to be like 30s when we get home later tonight. All right, she climbed up a little bit, not much, but you know, I'm really curious if the premium fuel makes a big difference. That's what I'm really curious to know. you have to think to yourself, you really have to crunch the numbers. But if you're paying basically 70 cents more a gallon, to make it a simple number, instead of 69 cents on gas for premium, let's just say you get a mile more per gallon. I mean, just to myself, without even getting a calculator out, I can't believe 70 cents more a gallon, it'd be worth the 1 mile per gallon difference. So, so what's the difference? Where do you cross from regular no lead to premium, where it makes any sense to buy the fuel that's 70 cents a gallon more on how many more miles per gallon you get? What's that factor? For me, without even calculating anything, I would think you'd have to be at least a 3 to 4 mile per gallon difference, at least. Once again, I don't know. I haven't, got my calculator out to figure it out. But right now, the fuel economy is climbing. So if I get this thing at 10 miles per gallon this trip, maybe 11, then I definitely know that premium fuel gets it better economy. But was it worth, $70 more than buying gas? That's going to be the variable. All right, follow me along in the Ice Age Return Home Tow Fuel Economy Review. One thing about this Bronco, I tell you what, I have owned so many vehicles in my lifetime. If you really watch my channel and you go through my videos and you hear all my conversations, and then the video I made, which it took a long time to try to find pictures, and it's kind of disappointing even for me not to have, oh my gosh, original pictures of when I started buying vehicles. And so for me, there was a guy up here literally like stopping on a 50-mile-an-hour road. I don't know what that's all about. This guy just put his brakes on and stopped in the middle of the road. I mean, it's just crazy how we drive roads. Oh, yeah. But anyways, so this Bronco, I mean, it's just an incredible vehicle. I mean, I would have to say, this is a vehicle that I'd be foolish to let it go. I mean, I would be foolish. This is just one of those type of cars that I've never owned, that just has such versatility, but yet it's so much fun and it's so comfortable. I mean, yesterday we took the tops off. We didn't take the one all the way in the back. We took the two front and the rear panel off, and we did a 100-mile drive yesterday here in Florida, where we went and checked out some scenery, and we went over the Skyway Bridge. You're in open highway driving, and oh my gosh, this vehicle was just incredibly confident, comfortable. My dad was with me, my daughter, my dogs, and it was just an incredible drive with an open top vehicle. And I never had that experience with my Jeep Wranglers. They're always I just never, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Jeep Wrangler's fun to have the top down, but it just it's just not the same ride. It's incredible. And here's the thing, if I really, if my Jeeps really were that similar to this vehicle, I never would have gotten rid of them. I'm the type of guy that gets a car, and then I kind of get, bored of the vehicle, and or I just get to a point where I just don't like the way the car drives. Right? It's just kind of how I am, and I move on. But this Bronco, jeez, I'm telling you, this is an incredibly fun riding vehicle, and extremely comfortable, extremely powerful. I mean, there's just so many things this vehicle has that, yeah, once again, I mean, even for me, I can only hope that I don't get rid of this vehicle. I can only hope I keep this thing, for many, many years. So for something to outdo this type of package, it's going to be pretty tough, but that's the challenge. Something comes out bigger and better, but isn't. That's something I learned here, being down here. I'm such a car motorhead, motorcycle motorhead. We all kind of get fixated by the marketing that you buy a nicer, newer vehicle, but really is it? I mean, really is it what you think it is? And I talk about that in other videos, that you have this feeling, an emotional feeling, and they have this, you know, the physical end of it, how you're going to drive and how it's going to impact your body, and in the end, you know, do you really enjoy the vehicle? Is it really what you thought it'd be? And here's what's crazy. If you followed my Harley Davidson, I bought my brother a Harley Davidson Street Glide. 2016 used motorcycle. I'm going to tell you what, even for me, I mean, I'm a guy that sold by CVO Harleys, you know, the latest, greatest Harleys. And I mean, literally, I had a 2019 Street Glide Special that I did some, you know, add-ons to it, and I just never liked that bike. It wasn't nice. It just wasn't a comfortable riding bike. To the point, I kind of came to closure that Harley really just isn't offering anything that really, you know, can get me away from the Indian ride. You know, the Indian motorcycle to me right now, their product is really nice. It's really comfortable. And, you know, I've been a Harley guy for many years. Well, this is incredible. I buy that used Harley, and it's the prior Milwaukee motor, the 103 engine, if you're a Harley guy. And it's not the 107, 110 motor setup, but now the 117, different engines. And even the suspension, you know, Harley took away that air suspension in the rear where you inflate your shocks, you know, it's air assist shocks, and they've gone to the more, you know, conventional shocks. And that 19 Street Glide was just a very choppy, rigid, it just wasn't a fun riding bike. But here I buy that 2016 Police Edition used with 19,000 miles on it. And that bike was extremely fun. It really was. I mean, to the point that I was like, man, do I bring this thing back home for me? So, you know, I'm really talking about this because, like this Bronco here, the danger is Ford, of course, like any manufacturers, and try to maybe outdo this vehicle down the road. Won't be in the next 3 to 5 years, I wouldn't think. But as time progresses, do they try to outdo it? And when they do that, you know, do you really get a better vehicle? And that's the danger, because I can tell you right now, for me owning the Street Glide and having the CVO Harleys, that used 2016 model was more fun than any of my most recent Harleys that I purchased in 2017 and 18 and 19. You know, so wow. You know, so the message is, don't always be convinced that the latest greatest is just that. You may have actually the greatest, but the latest. Hey, look here. We're up to 9.1 miles per gallon. You know, and yeah, that's kind of where we were stuck by the time we got to Florida. All right. Hope for the best, right? But, you know, it's a little cooler. And as everybody knows, in hotter weather, I don't think vehicles are as efficient. So, temperature can play out to our advantage today. And this Bronco just rocks. I mean, I'm not even pushing this thing. But hey, there's the gas mileage, right? So I think the 9 miles per gallon is going to probably be where we're going to be at. Premium, no premium, and yeah, I know, I get it. Tame down that, but you know what? I kind of kept it pretty tame all the way up until now in 95 north coming into Georgia out of Florida. And I mean, I really didn't do high speeds all the way from basically Tampa all the way here to Jacksonville, Florida, and there's your fuel mileage at the end of the day. So sure, like I said, I think you'd probably have to do about 65 miles an hour to get this thing at maybe 10 miles a gallon. That'd be my guess. but follow along as we continue to evaluate the premium fuel. I mean, you know, it's all psychological, but the premium fuel to me just seems to have this thing run better. I'm sure it does. This thing just rocks. I mean, it's like nothing. This vehicle's not fighting. It just rock and rolls. And you're seeing a speedometer, but there's the real speed. Look, I'm just hanging in traffic here at 95. Yeah, probably down to 8s. If I stay at these speeds, probably will hit 8 something miles per gallon. Well, actually, I make a little better time than I thought. So I'm gonna get out of the state of Florida. It's gonna be about 12:30. So see there. If anybody's just kind of starting to watch this video versus the other video, now keep in mind, I'm towing 3,800 pounds. That's kind of my guesstimation. On this, technically, this Bronco's really supposed to only tow a maximum of 3,500 pounds. So keep that in mind for everybody else out there that's trailering the Bronco. You may get a little better fuel economy. You may have 500 pounds, 1,000 pounds. Oh, the good old phone didn't like me. So maybe out there watching this video, I'm towing 3,800 pounds, and so keep that in mind. And that's the vehicle's rating is 3,500 pounds tow rating. So technically, I'm 300 pounds over. So just kind of keep that in mind. You may get a little better fuel economy with a lighter trailer, which that makes sense, right? So weird. I don't know if you can see that up there or not. It's hard to see. It's like birds flying in a swarm. Or what is that? That is hard to tell what the hell it is.
What is that?
I have no idea. Well, we're rocking. This Bronco just rocks. I'm at 9.3 miles per gallon. But premium, and whether you're driving 80 or whatever you're driving, the 9 mile per gallon, just kind of that 9 mile per gallon, range. So, but this thing just rocks. I can't emphasize it enough, man. I mean, come on. Is this thing just a blast or what? It's a blast. But yeah, I've been buying premium the whole time, so the fuel mileage hasn't really changed. You're probably like, yeah, well, look what you're doing, right? Yeah, I know. But she just is so much fun. She just rocks. One thing about this vehicle, it's just so confident. I mean, I just can't emphasize enough how confident it is. I mean, this vehicle, it's such a stable, great vehicle. So the premium gas is doing a little better for me. I guess if I was really that detailed, I'd write down the total miles, exactly how much fuel I bought and everything else, and that would tell me exactly what I got. But I don't think, once again, I think that the amount of money I'm spending on premium, I just can't see it being outweighing the regular OLED on the fuel mileage. That's my assumptions. If you've been following along, you'll see it's not like I've been showing 11, 12 miles per gallon. But man, this thing's just so fun. This Bronco, I'm telling you what. Yeah, it's just a fun vehicle. I mean, oh my gosh. If everybody out there ends up getting one, or I'm sure they'll be like, yep, I think this thing is just so much fun. And, keep in mind, I've had a ton of 4Runners. I've had a bunch of Jeeps. I've never had this much fun in a that category vehicle. And me putting this exhaust on it, it is so neat. I mean, this thing's just so fun to drive with that exhaust. You gotta put the exhaust on. That AWE for me is perfect. You know, some people may want something more radical, but it's perfect for me. It's just, you know, blah, blah, blah. I mean, when this thing starts up, this thing's out in the driveway at my parents' house, and my daughter drove it to the gym one day. I mean, I heard this thing start up inside the house. It's like blah, 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 blah. I mean, it is just so cool. You know, here's the downside. If everybody starts going to the AWE product, they won't have enough. It'll be the same story as waiting for the Bronco. Oh, yeah, go ahead, put your name in. We'll get it to you in 6 months to a year from now. Here's the message. You better get it quick. You better buy it before you get your Bronco. How about that idea, right? Oh, goodness. And here's the next thing. I got a two-door Bronco probably coming in like any day. Oh, my gosh. And for my daughter, who was so opposed, when all of a sudden she drove this thing, she drove it. She's like, oh my gosh, Dad, now I get it. Yeah. Until you drive it, you just don't get it. All right, the adventures continue. Now, that's the best mileage, you know, how far I can go, 204 miles to empty. This is crazy. So I guess this premium gas is doing a little better for me. Oh my goodness, we still have 284 miles to go. So that means I can get home in one more fill up, which that'd be impressive. I don't know, crazy, right? But I mean, I've been staying in traffic, you know, it's basically been 75 mile an hour average, I would say. You know, I had some pretty high speeds back there. So, interesting, right? So the premium gas, about the 80 mile an hour mark, she just seems to be pretty happy at this 80. You know, your speedo to the Waze, if you look here, you know, it's about a mile an hour off, but we're at 2.4 or 2,400 RPMs. It just seems like the 80 mile an hour, 80, 81 mile an hour mark is her happy mark. I mean, 85 too. I mean, I just can't get over how this thing is not struggling to do these high speeds whatsoever. And remember, you know, I'm pulling a trailer. I kind of think to myself, people only see the front of this screen here, you're not understanding that there's a trailer behind me that weighs 3,800 pounds. So keep that in mind. Oh man. So the Waze earlier told us to get off, and I got gas, and then it was like, it didn't tell me to go on a different route. Oh, Waze. It's a good thing, bad thing. Oh, well. I mean, I guess it's just construction up here. So I guess it'll be just slowing down. And I don't think it's totally dead, but whatever. Changing over to night vision glasses. These things really work. Maybe out there, these yellow tinted glasses, they really do help you driving at nighttime. So anybody out there who does a lot of driving at night, dang, pick them up. Got these things off of Amazon. Wow, amazing, right? You have to buy something from Amazon. Doesn't end. Anyways, just a little bit of information there for anybody who does night driving. They really do help you. You know, sometimes I think to myself, this Bronco, I mean, for somebody like me that promotes this Bronco product, I'm not even a Ford employee, should be for all the Ford products they have. And hey, has Ford ever reached out to me, you know, with all my products that I own of Ford? Nope. I mean, nothing. Goose egg. Yeah, I know. Oh, you own 10 or 12 Ford vehicles? Big deal. We have major companies that own 100 of them. Yeah, trucks, you know, work vans, not personal vehicles like I have, but anyways, you know, the reason I'm bringing that up is, gee, just rub it in our face for those that don't own a Bronco and Gee, just keep on promoting the Bronco product that nobody can get. Gee whiz, thanks, because, yeah, I hear you. I ordered 2 Broncos in July of 2020. I mean, I was, in my eyes, just incredibly lucky to get this one. I've got another one that, was supposedly built where this one was. I have no idea. I mean, it's just confusing. So I've got a 2022 Bronco I'm driving right now down the road. But yet I have a 2021 that is supposed to come in now like any day. Does this make any sense to anybody? I'm driving a 2022 I got back in January. And I've got a 2021 that was built in December of last year that I still don't have. So the whole message here is, yeah, just keep on pumping up. Everybody needs to buy a Bronco, but yet most people can't even get them, right? Anyways, hope everybody gets what they want, right? All right. Can you hear that pipe? Hey, come on. The pipe, right? It's the pipe. I was just thinking after I kind of made that statement about this Bronco and the challenges for so many people to get one. And, I was reading here, I've been on vacation for the last close to 2 weeks. And oh my gosh, it's hard to believe that it was close to 2 weeks ago, 12 days ago, that I made that video, me going south. And now here it is 12 days later, I'm going back north to go back to the cold weather. That Florida, nice 80-degree weather was sure nice. And now back to the 30s when we get back in tonight, and the 50s. But anyways, when I was down here, I was reading about the New York Auto Show, the top executives of these, manufacturers. And I'm so playing down here, not watching news or TV for the most part. Yeah, they had the New York Auto Show. Okay, whatever, right? But anyways, on the internet, it was interviewing these top brass executives for the manufacturers, and they're all singing the same tune, that this 2022 year of new car sales and manufacturing is going to be pitiful, to the point that it's even worse. I mean, think about that. They're saying right now that the availability of new car sales this year is going to be worse than last year. Oh my gosh, they're talking now 2023, 2024 before things stabilize. Wow. Who would have ever imagined, growing up, people of my era, the 70s, 80s, 90s, who would ever imagine that we'd be talking about a car crisis to be able to buy a new car? I mean, the good old days, the good old days was, you go to a car dealership, they had so many damn cars, they were begging you to take one, and they would do whatever they had to sell it to you. Oh, take $5,000 off? How about 10 grand before you walk out the door, Those days are gone. It's just incredible where we are. So, the message here is, from what I'm reading now, and even if you watched my video from a year ago, I was speculating that by this year, second, third quarter, things would probably kind of start to smooth out. And nope. So everybody has a car at this time, and a new car, you're kind of the lucky few, I guess. And for everybody that has used cars, you got incredible value, but it's the same old story. You go out, you sell your used car, yeah, you get great value, but now you got to buy a new car, and that gets pricey, expensive. I tell you, this vehicle just hauls tail. I mean, oh my gosh, this thing's just potent. This thing just goes down the road like nothing. I mean, it's phenomenal. Oh, jeez, I know people are like, I'm sick of it. I've heard you tell me 10 times. Well, so you drive a truck and trailer or an SUV, know. And I've had so many vehicles. Like my first Jeep that I bought was like a 2000, I think, 14. Could have been a 2013 Jeep Wrangler, Rubicon, JK Series, the Pennstar V6 motor, manual transmission. That thing was such a dog. That thing was so damn slow, it was ridiculous. And then I got rid of that for a gold Wrangler automatic, you know, and it had the bigger, it had like the 33s on it, I think, maybe 35s, maybe, because it lifted. And, you know, same thing, that thing was a dog. That thing just struggled to go down the road. On the highway, it was the worst. I mean, I'm just telling you, I've had so many Wranglers. And I know I bring that up because it's a comparison to this vehicle. And even my newer JL series, yeah, they refined the transmission, they put a little more power in them, but same thing, you know. I mean, my Gladiator, it was respectable. I mean, that was nice. It got down the road pretty good. But towing a trailer like this thing does, nah, no way. There's no way it's going to be even close. So, you know, just once again, sharing my fun factor of my Bronco, which, you know, this is a long drive. I mean, for me, this is a good 15-hour drive today. And, you know, to be able to drive this and have fun for 15 hours, yeah, that does definitely make it a lot more, you know, of a road trip where it's like, oh my gosh, some people out there, if you've ever driven a junker vehicle or just a lousy vehicle, it's the worst. I mean, it's a long ride, and this is a long ride. You know, I mean, if anybody's following me from the get-go of this video, this morning I left at like 7:30 this morning. I'm gonna have to stop for gas one more time, so I would have to say we're gonna get in about 11:15, 11:30. I'd say 11:15, but you know, that's just it's a lot of driving, man. This thing just hauls butt like nothing. I mean, I'm having to tame it down. I mean, I'm literally having to, you know, not get myself in trouble. You know, I don't need me getting a law enforcement officer to come visit me for the wrong reason. Now, I'm hanging with the traffic, so it's not like I'm that crazy. But at the same time, this thing, look at this here. Look, I'm in the right-hand lane right now. I mean, what's going on here? Why is this guy in the left-hand lane? I mean, we know this story all the time, right? I mean, I have no idea. Probably an undercover cop, right? In the Camaro. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, okay. Sorry. Hey, if anybody's following me as well, I think I'm up to like 967 subscribers. Wow. I mean, you know, if you, for anybody here that does the YouTube, I give you credit because it's a lot of work. And I started this, I think, in February, of 2000. So now, this is April. So now I'm at, you know, a little over 2 years of making YouTube videos, and I've made now, I'll be close to 200 videos. And if you look at my original videos, I didn't even show myself. I didn't want to show myself. I just really wanted to make videos to share information to people, and not really be like, hey, look at me, you know, I'm not Jay Leno or any known personality. That's obvious, right? Yeah, you're over 2 years, you don't even have 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's not that easy. So, hey, thank you, everybody. Everybody's been subscribing. I really appreciate that. And, you know, and sincerely, I can only hope that people subscribe because they're like, hey, you know, I got something out of this, you know. This person shared some information. I appreciate that. That's the goal. And so, you know, once again, hey, I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers, and, you know, I make the running joke is, yeah, then YouTube will send me my 4-cent check, you know, because if you look at the YouTube people that make money in this, you know, it's so many, I mean, it's millions of minutes of viewership. It's huge. You got to have that. I mean, you need to have, like, I would guess 20, 30, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000 subscribers, if not more, to really make any money. I can't see that, you have 1,000, 2,000 subscribers and you're going to get a bunch of money. But, for me, I'm having fun. I just love sharing my passion for vehicles. So, and why would I still be doing it if it was all about the money? Because if you think about it, you can do a lot of other things with your time and making videos if you want to make a secondary job. So I just enjoy sharing information and sharing all my vehicles. Oh my gosh, come on. I mean, how many vehicles have I bought in the last 90 plus days? And it's not over. That's the biggest thing. I mean, who knows? Or for me, does every deal go down? It doesn't. So there's so many vehicles that I've never bought that I thought I'd bought as well. You don't know those stories. Now, I was actually supposed to come back yesterday, Monday, and actually I'm glad I came back today, because actually if we would have headed back yesterday, there's just nasty weather up north in Virginia. We'd have been driving into rain all night long and cold, and you know what, when you're driving a truck and trailer, not that I can't do it, but I'd prefer not to do it. It's so much more enjoyable to drive in nice weather. And, what you have to think about is, God, good Lord, if something happened to that trailer and I had something happen on the side of the road, oh my gosh. And if it's 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and you're on the side of the road in the rain, I mean, come on, no way. So for me, if I can pick my day and make it work, I'm going to pick a day where it's a better weather. Yeah, when you're a married man and you got a kid that's supposed to be in school today, yeah, when I called my wife, it's actually my daughter. My daughter kind of figured something out on Sunday. She was telling me she has a school holiday Monday after Easter Sunday. And I was like, wow. And she was like, why don't we go back Tuesday? I'm like, oh gosh, call the wife. I mean, I kind of had to finagle, get my kid out of school a little early. So I drive this 95 a lot. And I've learned over the years that, boy, when you leave and everybody else leaves on Easter break, it's the worst. To head down south and then to go back home when everybody else is going back, it's the worst. It is so aggravating. And so I try to leave a few days. Phone doesn't like me talking too much. So, I try to head down before the craziness starts, and I try to head back. But here's the thing with, the fuel prices, when COVID set in, the pandemic, that changed everything. The roads got extremely light. But now, with the fuel prices, things are really, the roads are quiet. I mean, I get it. It's not cheap. You see a lot of these truckers in the road going north with all these, snowbirds. There's so many snowbirds here south that transfer all their boats, their cars. It's huge. I never realized when I was younger how big a business is that you can get into of hauling the rich people's stuff around. I mean, it's insane how many people haul their boats down, from the north to the south in their cars, and then it goes opposite. The fall months, everybody takes their stuff down from the north. The spring months, everybody brings everything back from the south to the north. It's huge. It's a heck of a business. Anybody out there as a trucker looking for business, Jesus Christ. And you can only imagine how much money these companies make, especially moving these big ass boats. And I've been going up down this 95 consistent here for like the last 6-7 years, and I just never realized how big a business that is. See those horns up there? Yeah. What do you think I did when I was down in Florida, right? Yeah, I picked bunch more bullhorns, and I'm so disappointed. I went to my Russell's Western Wear here in Tampa, and I was really hoping to pick up some more steer horns with the rawhide style instead of the actual. All right, look at that there, huh? Wow, hope this doesn't break. Yeah, as my water bottle slam into it, right? All right, the adventures of the steer horns at Russell's Weston Wear here in Tampa, Florida. It's a pretty cool operation. Leather, because I've got such a, I'm up in the environment where you don't have nasty weather. So they're telling me that they can't get these, they're not getting these steer horns anymore. These bull horns, I call them bull horns. The guy that used to come around and sell them to them, ever since COVID came in, the guy's disappeared. So I literally bought three steer horns from them. They had 5 total. So they're just down to 2. So you're probably saying, well, why'd you buy 3 more, bull horns? You already got them on your vehicles. Not all of them. So now, if you think about it, do I put the steer horn on my F-250 trimmer that I just bought? And do I put it on maybe another Bronco? And do I put it maybe on an F-150 Lightning? Oh my gosh, if I did that, all my fleet of vehicles would be, bull horns on all my vehicles. What about my Ranger? Oh my gosh, I should have bought one for the Ranger. Yeah. Follow me along on that adventure, right? And now we're in the road. There's a fine line riding these roads. They'll shut these damn roads down at nighttime. You get stuck on 95 and they're on a major project. It's a fiasco. And they're always doing road work in this Route 95 area. I mean, it's insane that I can remember driving down this road in the early 80s. Two-lane road. Here it is 40 years later. Nothing's changed. It's incredible. Where all these gas tax, whether you realize it or not, something that people don't know is, and I worked in the oil industry, so I do know. There's in today's environment, there's 50 cent a gallon state and federal taxes. It's like 26 Fed, 24 cents state. And those taxes, that tax revenue that's collected on, I'm talking about per gallon of gas. Just a simple number. It's 50 cents a gallon of taxes that are split between the federal and the state. And that money is designated for the infrastructure of taking care of the roads. And then the public schools, those monies, so federal monies are federal highways. And then, state monies are for the state roads and the state school system. So, I mean, it's insane how much money's collected on, gasoline tax. It's massive. But yet, where does all the money go, for the constant challenge of our bridges falling down, to the point that if you follow the Congress, and Senate, they just passed some major bill of trillions of dollars to rebuild the bridges in the country. Well, where is all that money gone in the meantime? For all the previous years, it's supposed to be set aside for that stuff. It just makes no sense. But anyways, the whole point is, it's incredible how much money's collected, but yet the roadways and the infrastructure is always challenged. We won't get political on that. That's not my YouTube channel. But that's where guys make a lot of money. It's incredible how many guys right now have so many subscribers talking about the gloom and doom coming. Oh my gosh. I'm very abreast of the financial markets. I have a lot of information. I don't really get into it. It's because there's so many guys. It just blows me away how many YouTube guys right now are making so much money off the fear factor. It's the fear factor. And how do I I know? Because I see these guys' channels. And I've watched them, you know. Do I watch them every day? No. But oh my gosh, these guys preach stuff that I read. These guys just like read something in the morning off the internet. Then they get their YouTube channel going. They start telling you data and statistics of information that's readily available to everybody to share. I mean, it's like, okay, whatever. All right, the continued adventure of the Bronco tow, baddest ass freaking SUV off-road vehicle I've ever owned in my life. And you will too. Yikes. 15 miles empty. Talk about pushing to the max. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We're getting there. Well, everywhere you go, it's expensive. Oh, good old Virginia. You know, I've been driving these roads forever, and Virginia is like clockwork. Every time I come back from Florida, Route 95 is shut down with road work. It's insane. Route 95 is a forever project. If anybody comes up in this 95 area near the DC area, it's forever being worked on. I mean, it's insane. It's incredible. Virginia. Anyways, I just killed our time. I said earlier it'd be 11:15, 11:30 if we get home, and this probably kill about another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, we were making pretty good time, actually. I was going to say that we actually would have beat us going to Florida by a good 30 minutes. Have to backtrack and think about that. On what we did differently. Well, wow, we're just about home here. Went from being the 80s to be the 40s. So, hey everybody, appreciate you watching my videos and my channel. And this Bronco, this thing is just so much fun. I mean, I've been in this vehicle now since 7:30 this morning. And I mean, you know, sure, I just drove 1,000 miles, and yeah, I'm kind of feeling it. But you know what? This vehicle is really comfortable. I mean, it's crazy. Oh my gosh. So anyways, hope everybody's learned something maybe, right? So it's 9 miles per gallon, whether you buy premium or regular no lead. I think that's kind of where it's at. But I feel like the vehicle definitely runs a lot better, more powerful at that 93. I just think the ECM or the tune or whatever understands all that and gives you the optimal, you know, performance out of it. So if you want to save some money, get the 87. You know, but if you want to have a little bit more fun, then get the 93. So hey, thanks for watching Ice Age TV on the Return to Virginia Bronco tow story.